House Mondays, part 2. I welcome you. This morning was a brief early live feed, and this is part 2 before the big day. Tomorrow is a huge day, ladies and gentlemen. Get out there, vote, vote, and vote. This big decision is on the line, and then here in California, there is a massive decision on the line between yes on 22 and no on 22. Whatever you want to share today, whatever you want to put out there, this is your room on a Monday, your suggestions, your opinions. Please feel free to voice them. Anything goes today. 12 people in the house, I welcome you. And a massive, massive, massive day tomorrow. Don't underestimate the importance of tomorrow's date, November the 3rd. Not only for gig workers, massive, massive decisions here in California that will impact the rest of the country, the rest of the world, as far as the gig work industry goes. But this decision is probably even greater than that. And again, wherever you stand, you're more than welcome to reflect that here in the room. I welcome Tommy. I welcome Scott Tucker from Vegas. I welcome Mohammed Khalil. Says, greetings. Hope your leg is healing. Yes, it's getting there. The leg is getting there. 8 more days, and then the cast comes off, and then I start my rehab. So the one thing many drivers shared with me over the weekend, they were extremely proud of their earnings, and that obviously was on Saturday. Huge day. I know people have put in a few hours, made big bucks, not just California, but all over the show. And then I have a couple of drivers. Just 1 second, son is here. Hi, Dylan.
What's going on, Dad?
I'm in a live feed. I'm gonna swing by tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Good. I'll call you guys a little bit later. I'm right in the middle here.
Okay.
Love you, boys. Thanks. Bye. Bye. Victor Braverman's in the house. Mamma Mia blog. Oh, look who's there. Oh, wow. Look who's there. What a sweetheart. Mamma Mia blog. My goodness. That is so cool to see you here. Welcome. Toros Petuyan. Shout out from Burbank. Sending my love over to Burbank there. And by the way, go and subscribe to Mamma Mia blog. That is an awesome person. What a sweetheart. Good to see you here. Hope your kiddos are doing well, my friend. So yeah, massive, massive decisions tomorrow that'll impact a lot of lives here in the US, here in California, especially on this one. And again, I respect your voice. I respect your opinion. I respect your vote. You can shout it out loud if you want to in Our House Mondays. World Database, greetings, welcome, welcome. So a lot of people, Inland Empire's in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you had an awesome weekend. Hope you made good money out there. A lot of people were actually out there working on this Saturday. Several people put in a full shift. A couple of screenshots, $1,046 for a Friday, Saturday. Not bad. Look at the Friday's numbers. 675.28. That's not bad at all. That is not bad at all. Another screenshot. Look at that week, and you can see that Halloween, the Saturday, 31st, is towering above the others. They were looking at a total of 1,566 sent to me, and then the peak there was 667.83 cents. So from what I received, from what I heard, people had a great Halloween. And several people went all the distance until it maxed out. Sorry, you exceeded the amount of hours, you can no longer drive. They tallied it up. Most of the people came in over $600. World Database came in with a sweet 1,000 on Saturday. That is impressive, my friend. That's the highest one I've seen so far. Did you hit the multiplier quite often on that one? I mean, you could have run the multiplier. A friend of mine reported from Vegas that it was nonstop. I mean, if they had the multiplier there, they would have been smiling. Jabari Jones is in the house. He said, I already voted to avoid the heavy traffic. and lines at the polls for any drivers who want to make a lot of cash on election day. There should be busy rides and food orders. No doubt about it that the rides are going to be very busy, but a little bit of a worry that I have for tomorrow is that you might. Oh, Mia, she says, really respect and appreciate your perspective on 22. Please educate me. So, Mia, if you're going to the polls tomorrow, you, your friends, your family, the proposition was written by Uber and Lyft and the other gig companies. They poured over $210 million into it to buy the vote. They want you to vote yes on 22. It was written by these greedy corporations to buy your vote. It is extremely misleading. The TV ads sort of make you feel sorry for the driver, but the bottom line is here, Mia, the California taxpayers, including yourself and myself, have bailed out these companies during the pandemic to the tune of $413 million. And Uber and these companies should no longer have a free ride on the back of Californians. So, Mia, I'm asking you to go a no, big resounding NO on 22 and circulate. I know you have a huge, huge following. She's great on social media. She's brilliant at what she does. And I can't wait to have another lunch with you down in Venice, California, at our Healthy Gratitude Cafe, right? Let's do it. Hope you settle in. And so I just gave you sort of like the very, very bottom line. I could go into way more detail if you want me to sell you more on the fact that I voted no on 22. She said, got it, and a lot of love. A lot of love back to you. Mia, I met Mia at USM, University of Santa Monica, where we did the Masters in Spiritual Psychology. I would say about 200 students made some phenomenal relationships during those 2 years and made friends like Mia. You are my mentor. Well, you're my sweetheart friend. I love you. You're such a great person. And I want to get back together for another lunch so we can go over that and just compare notes and see where you are. And I'm sure the move and everything went well. And I hope you settled in with your beautiful little children. Alex Sarkis says, of course, I say no to WAZ Lyft. Call me and force me to say yes. That's cool. Scott Tucker says, and they just want to bend drivers over even more. Peter Henrique Lade says, no on 22. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you for standing with no on 22. Massive, massive decisions here, right? Big decision here. For sure. For sure, my amigo. Mwah, huge kiss. No on 22 and yes on 22. Yeah, if you guys want to give Mama Mia some more subscribers, head on her YouTube. Check out her videos. I mean, she'll move you. She'll move you to places, that lady. She is probably one of the most well-spoken, eloquent speakers that really touches you with her voice, with her knowledge, with her everything, with her energy. I'm telling you, when Mia went on stage, when I was at USM and she presented her speech, just get goosies thinking of it. Hey, Mia, I actually bust my leg in 3 places. And I don't know if you know that, but this is what I've been doing the last 2 months, Mia, is hobbling around on these crutches. And the good news is, my friend, that in 8 days, I get my cast off. And then we start rehab. And then I start walking again. Cool. So we got 22 people in the house. Smash that like button, everyone. Boom, boom, boom. Liam 100 says, Democrats are playing a communist credit system. Vote Trump, most important election ever. BRV10, Professor, are you voting for Trump? I'm not going to comment on this one, but you guys should know me by now. You should know how I will vote. You guys should know me well by now. Here, I'm very open, right? I'm very, very open on this one here, that I'm voting no. This here is a private vote. Oh my God, healing and light ahead, dear. I want to give you some amazing oil that heals bones. Oh, much needed. I'll buy that from you. Yeah, I would really, really need that one, because that was a horrid, horrid injury. And I had to actually have the cast on longer. Wanted to take it off, but because the break was so bad in 3 spots, a trimallular break, the doctor, wonderful surgeon, said, no, it's going to stay on another 4 weeks. So that's it. And I appreciate the healing and light. Thank you. So Zach Amin says, what are you guys talking about? We are talking about all the topics that gig workers want to talk about today. That's what happens in our house Mondays. It's your house. If you are driving people to the polls tomorrow, rideshare rivals Uber and Lyft can agree on at least one thing. They want you to vote. To that end, both companies are offering discounts to polling stations. I think that is good. Lyft says it's expanding the ride to vote effort. It started in 2018 by offering even more free and discounted rides to the polls. On election day, the company is offering half of one ride, up to $10 to any polling place or drop box using the code 2020 vote. So if you want to use a Lyft down to the polling station tomorrow, there it is. That's your code, 2020 vote. Mamma Mia says, my gift, DM to arrange a visit. We have some catching up to do. We have a lot of catching up to do. Give those little ones a big, huge hug from me. And I hope you have an amazing evening and a great week, Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia, here we go again. Mama, da 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 da. Mamma Mia. Go to her blog. You will learn so much, so much. I vouch 150% for that lady. Uber is offering half of round-trip rides to and from polling locations up to $7 each way, or $14 round trip. That's extremely fair. That sounds like they're really subsidizing and discounting those trips, because they want to get people, they want to really reach out to you and get you to the polling stations. I think that's a good thing. The company is also partnering with Pizza to the Polls to deploy food trucks across 25 cities. Pizza to the Polls is a nonpartisan, nonprofit initiative founded in 2016 with a mission to deliver food to crowded polling places. That's great. So, you're out there, some people are going to be standing there for 3-4 hours in the cold, and boom, they're handing out this free food. That's fantastic. God bless America tomorrow, World Database. Jimmy's in the house. Hi, everyone. Muhammad Khalil, God help us keep the peace tomorrow. That is a powerful statement right there. Pray that no violence erupts. Pray that, you don't have any crazy white supremacist groups like the Proud Boys intimidating voters. Pray that no gunfight breaks out, or God knows. I mean, the tensions are so insanely high, right? They're so crazy high tomorrow that we can really just pray that everything goes smooth, right? Just let the people vote. You don't have to show up with your machine guns and all that nonsense and intimidate voters. Just let the people vote, right? We voted before the 3rd of November. Fantastic. If tomorrow is your voting day, I hope it goes peacefully across the entire United States. Got Paul Figueroa in the house. I vote for a quick recovery. Thank you. Steak dinner in San Diego. Yeah, looking forward to that. And congratulations on those massive Halloween numbers that you, Paul, and Thomas put out there with your Excel platforms on Saturday. Most impressive. Most impressive. Mohammed Khalil's got a lot of praying emojis. I love that. Scott Tucker says, I hate liars, so because of that, I will be voting. I normally don't vote, but the dishonest lies of Dems, I will be voting Trump. I did my homework on both. That's good. Good that you did your homework. I've done my homework. I'll be voting for sure. And I'll definitely, this is a hot potato here, man. This here has led to battles on social media. I mean, this is crazy how this has evolved, right? The money behind this here, I would say 1/40th of the amount in dollars coming from here, but the grassroots efforts, the street level efforts behind the No campaign, unbelievable. World Databases keep crying Trump supporters. Jack M says, I'm a bit out of the loop, Torsten. What happened and how are you doing on recovery? Thank you for asking. I've got 8 days left. My cast comes off and then they start rehab. You know, you have to get all the tendons, that stiffness out of the leg. That takes another good 4 weeks. So we'll be happy if I could be walking around in 2 weeks. And then I've been taking a couple of trips. What's up, Slick Nick? What's up, Nifty 50? Nifty 50 says, may the Trumpsters cry tomorrow. The good thing is we have a lot of Bideners and we have a lot of Trumpsters in the room. And today you can rip loose. You can say whatever you want to. It's your day before election, your big day. Everyone votes. It's your power that you hold in your hand. I respect if you go that way or that way. On this, I will battle you any day because this is where I stand, right? But whatever your beliefs are on these two, go and put them out there in the universe. Go and get your vote. Go and get your sticker. I voted. Good for you. Louis F says, I'm phasing out of rideshare from 15 hours a day to 6 hours a week. Very interesting. Wow. Down. Wow. Are you talking 6 hours from 15 hours a day to 6 hours a day? Or are you talking 15 hours a day down to 16 hours? Because that is a huge difference. I voted yes on 22, but we are doomed whether yes or no, just different pain, which is true if you read this here, this article. This is an interesting one. It goes sort of hand in hand with what you're saying there. Uber will take a financial hit no matter what California voters decide. Uber will take a financial hit no matter what Californians decide. Earnings preview state ballot measure will lead to more costs long-term for Uber, while analysts have low expectations for rides, but are bullish on delivery in the short term. And I'm just curious. What I'm dying to wait to hear is that, you know, obviously I would say maybe November the 4th, we'll know whether it was yes or no, right? 6 hours. So yeah, you've gone from big numbers down to like a handful of hours. That's a big change. Probably found something better, right, Louis? Jack M says, how's the situation looking with Uber for prospective fleet owners? What could Prop.22 mean for this? Well, I mean, if they got no on 22, then they would. There is talk that they would turn to the fleet owners and try and turn them into franchises. That's what FedEx did when the vote didn't go their way, right? But it's so close, and I believe they need 50% tomorrow. They need 50% to get their yes on 22. I would say it's literally neck on neck. Errol Pitter says, I'm not in California. I pray that no vote passes. Thank you. We need a better deal on wages, better pay, and treatment of the driver. With you. Prop.22 marathon? No. I reckon I'm gonna go an hour or two today. I did a video this morning. I worked all day. I drove around, which is very difficult when you have a cast on. So energy levels, 45%. right now. So I'll go as long as I can. Yes, Scott says yes from Nevada. I'm praying for a no on 22. I hope that once the dust settles and the votes are in, I truly hope we can move drivers towards being true independent contractors, right? Because if you look at the numbers that many people did on the weekend, like Halloween with the multiplier, where they set their own rates, I guess that is my biggest wish as a voice for drivers, that everyone has access to it. I remember back in the day, I pushed relentlessly. I would always call Uber out. Why does Lyft have a tipping platform? Why don't you have a tipping platform, Uber? I would do video after video after video. I'd put it out there in the universe. I'd call for it. I'd ask for it. And boom, months and months later, it was delivered. Not by my will, but by consistently fighting with other people that we need a tipping platform. It happened. And I'm using the same energy, the same approach when it comes with independent contractors. I don't want Uber and Lyft to keep on selling the lie that people are independent contractors, because they're not. The only true independent contractor here in California is someone that has their TCP, or New York, their TNC license and is a private limo driver. So I truly hope that all drivers around the United States and abroad, and my brothers and sisters abroad, have access to that one piece of functionality on the app, which is, here is the base fare we suggest, 1x. Whether they want to make it 1.2x, 1.5x, 2x, 3x. I want someone like Payman Ali in Vegas be able to try out that multiplier. Kenneth Martel says Trump 2020. Payman Ali says, has anyone else noticed that GPS isn't working? Yes, I've got a lot of feedback on that. It's Smooth says, you're doing live streams tomorrow on election day. They will show the vote updates throughout the day. Yeah, I'm going to try and approach it more towards the later part of the day, early evening, as the votes come out, maybe with a live feed. That would be cool. World Database just hit it, only 5x all day long. And how much did you make again on Saturday? Would you share with us how much you made? Right, just I want the rest of the country to hear what he achieved, right? He was pushing 5x and made, there it is, I 100% believe it, $1,000 on this Saturday. He put in a full shift, 5x, all day long, 1G, one gorilla. That's big money. Life of Richard, why doesn't raise the rates on riders when they don't have any pace of profitability? Well, that's their threat to the drivers, that they would raise the rates on the riders. And that's why I'm telling you, a lot of these riders are voting yes on 22, because that petrifies them, that Uber is threatening to double their rates. Yeah, that's impressive, right, Louis? And I know he's legit, because he sent me screenshots in the past. I know that he uses the 5x approach, so very happy for him. Slick Nick says, I made $454 and had 5x for 7 hours minimum. Fantastic. Your biggest week. So this was your biggest week, 4.4 grand. That's fantastic. I remember my biggest weekend with tips, I've got to add with tips, was at Coachella from Friday morning till Monday, 2 p.m. was $4,500. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and half of Monday. Made 4.5 in my Suburban, later on changed to an Escalade. So where Uber technology Incorporate reports financial results 2 days after Election Day, it may not know the fate of its business in its home state, which happens tomorrow, but its bottom line will be affected either way. Uber, ride-hailing rival Lyft, and other app-based platforms are attempting to exempt themselves from a California law that would require them to treat their drivers and delivery workers as employees by backing Proposition 22 in Tuesday's election. The result could have broad repercussions and upend the gig economy, which relies on independent contractors. Good news for these people. They love using the word independent contractors too loosely. We are not independent contractors. We are sort of like semi-independent. True independent contractors set their rates. True independent contractors choose their trips. True independent contractors don't have to fear retaliation. Jack M says, Torsten, how do you think Uber stock will do in the future? I will tell you what, it all hinges on tomorrow. If they get a no on 22, that stock is going to go down a lot, because the sectors of Uber that are not doing well, self-driving, they're hurting. They blew $2.5 billion. They're way behind Waymo. They're way behind Tesla. They're way behind Amazon Zeus. They're way behind, what's that other one with a C? Some other company with a C. Help me out. They're way behind there. They Elevate. The aerial transport is falling apart. I mean, truly everything hinges tomorrow on this vote. Rick Nelson voted today. No on 22. Lyft's our new enemy, says World Database. World Database says, I hate Lyft. Timothy S. Graphius is in the house. I hate that both Uber and Lyft let drivers drive in areas that they are not living in. Yeah, it's nuts. How do we know who programs those algorithms? And then, what disgusts me is that they ship all of these jobs overseas, right? Instead of investing in engineering jobs here in the United States, even if they would set up like engineering jobs or a center outside of California. I understand California is very expensive, but why ship all of these jobs overseas? Why do they have their patents and their licenses overseas in tax havens so that they don't pay into the system? Right? Their goal is to pay 0.00% taxes. That's their game plan. That is one of the main reasons, one of the big reasons I vote no on 22. I will just absolutely no longer support corporate greed, period. Nifty 50 says, World Database, where are you from? He's from Cali. So a Capital Weekly poll of mail-in voters shows the initiative ahead. Ooh, look at this. Oh, this hurts. A Capital Weekly poll of mail-in voters shows the initiative ahead 52 to 48%. And a UC Berkeley Institute of Governmental Studies poll released last week showed Proposition 22 was ahead 46 to 42%. Well, they need 50%, but ballots continue to pour in ahead of Election Day as the state sees the highest percentage of potential voters registered before an election in 80 years, according to the California Secretary of State office. Record number of votes. Record number of votes. Like we've never, ever seen before, ladies and gentlemen. Whether Prop 22 passes or fails, Uber faces increased costs. The initiative offers drivers guaranteed minimum earnings and some health care benefits. If voters, but here, this is also wrong. The initiative offers drivers guaranteed minimum earnings, which is not entirely true, because you're only getting that minimum guarantee on engaged hours if you have a rider on board, right? That's only when you pay. There's no guarantee that in that hour that you will have someone on board. Maybe you'll have someone 20, 30, 40 minutes out of the 60 minutes. You're not getting paid the full hour. So that sentence face value is very, very misleading. If voters reject the measure, Uber will likely have to classify drivers as employees by the end of the year because of a court-ordered injunction for the company to comply with state law. And if Uber and Lyft and Instacart get their way tomorrow, I mean, it's going to be like this to California. It's going to be like this to drivers, because then they control the show again. Then they control you, right? So analysts are expecting a 25 to 35% increase in Uber's operating costs and markets where that type of law is enforced. DA Davidson analyst Tom White told MarketWatch, adding that those costs would be less if some sort of hybrid approach, like what Proposition 22 is trying to establish, wins out. I think the writing's on the wall. There's generally going to be increasing pressure nationwide, maybe even globally, to start providing more employee-like benefits and protections for gig economy workers. That's true. Other states will be pushing after this. Cohen analysts wrote in a note to investors that they believe national implications for the law are likely to play out over the next couple of years. Beyond what happens on the worker classification front, when Uber reported third quarter earnings, Thursday's analysts and investors will be looking at gross bookings and what Uber says about the progress of the ride-hailing rebound. COVID-19 cases are rising in much of the nation, and officials in England, France, Italy, Germany, and Spain have again imposed lockdowns or curfews. So the ride-hailing side with the pandemic, obviously that's not where the money has been made, right? They're making the money on the food side. Also key will be how Uber Eats fared last quarter. The company reported that revenue from its food delivery business surpassed ride-hailing revenue for the first time because of the effects of the coronavirus pandemic, which has curtailed travel and business activity, but has boosted the delivery industry. In addition, Uber Eats recently expanded into grocery delivery, another sector that's benefiting from the pandemic. So Jack M says, when do you think we'll know about if Prop 22 passes? Will we have to wait past tomorrow? Yeah, I think we will know by morning, 9, 10 a.m., early morning of November the 4th, that's for sure. Nifty 50s life, many of the watchers here. Good, welcome you all. Life of Richard says, I think Uber's goal is not to make money, but for the hire up to milk the company as much as they can and get out and let the next person deal with it. Well, the one thing is for sure, when you look at the race to the bottom, subsidizing and discounting trips, declaring loss after loss each quarter, right? They are literally trying to drive all the competition out of the field. Uber and Lyft want to rule the roost. And whoever they have to drive out of business, taxi organizations, shuttle organizations, are doing a hell of a job driving them, drying them out of the business because they're just subsidizing everything with their billions of dollars. And as you correctly said, those fat cats, those executives on the top, $45 million salaries, $20 million salaries, great. Let the food delivery people, let the drivers bring in the cash, as long as we can pay ourselves those supersonic salaries. Timothy says, the pay for the time miles should be the same as the regular rate. Should also include for dead-end miles, time for long trip. That's wishful thinking. That's the way it should be. But I mean, we're going backwards here, folks. 30 cents per mile, and then you're getting paid only a guarantee on engaged miles. And you'd literally have to accumulate 25 hours of engaged driving, 25 hours of a rider being in your car before you even start seeing health benefits. So the big lie through the media that they say, well, you know what, we're going to be giving our drivers health benefits. Yeah, only for those people pushing 45, 50 hours a week. Those are the only people that will ever see some form, not even the full benefits, only 80% of the benefits, right? So White pointed out that delivery is more of a money loser than ride sharing, but that if lockdowns continue or resume, the Eats business will, of course, benefit. Uber is not profitable overall, but it is promising to achieve adjusted profitability in 2021. That's what they said in 2019. That's what they said in 2020. And now they're pushing it over to 2021. I don't know how much patience investors or Wall Street or the financial world has with Uber. I really don't. I think they've run out of patience. What to expect? Earnings. Analysts surveyed by FactSet on average expect Uber to post a loss of 60 cents a share or $1 billion, compared with the company's nearly $1.2 billion loss in the year ago period. They expect an adjusted loss of 50 cents a share. Estimize, which gathers estimates from analysts, hedge fund managers, executives, and more, is expecting a loss of 63 cents a share. Rick Nelson says, I don't want benefits, I want decent rates for the drivers. Thank you very much, Rick. It's Moose. These surveys don't mention the extreme savings derived from the lower per mile rate down to 30 cents per engaged mile. Drivers will make a lot less if Proposition 22 passes. I say vote no on Prop 22. And please, if you guys can do me a huge favor, I am doing a survey. There it is, the survey link. First one is going to be on Uber. Second one is on Lyft, specifically on safety and customer service that the drivers receive. You can rate it from very poor to very good. I rated them very poor on the customer service side. I want to get at least 100 surveys in. I really ask you, Jimmy, Rick, Timothy, Lewis, hit on that link, fill out the survey. It literally takes 2 or 3 minutes. You don't have to mention any name, nothing. It's just to see what people think about customer service. So I can go out there and say, hey, drivers think that customer service is great, or drivers think that customer service sucks. And I have a lot of good questions in there, right? Or drivers think that safety is fantastic, or riders think that safety is fantastic, or it sucks. So if you could do me a huge favor, I'm trying to get 100, getting towards, I probably have close on to 40 already. 40 people, thank you very much, already filled that out. If I can get another 60, I think I can get some really accurate numbers. And I also sort of want to a little bit copy what Harry the Rideshare does, because he's got such a big following, and then when he does his surveys, he gets so much good data, and that data he then puts into media or press releases. I want to do a press release, and I think it's going to be poor customer service and goes into a little bit of detail. I think it's going to be poor safety conditions for drivers and riders, and I want to put that into the media, that we actually did a poll. We actually did a survey on Uber's customer service, and later on I'm going to do another survey on Lyft's customer service and on their safety ratings, right? Revenue analysts on average expect revenue of 3.07 billion compared with 3.8 billion in the year ago quarter, according to FactSet. Estimize is guiding for 3.13 billion. What analysts are saying, Uber management may be exaggerating the bounce back of countries' expectations for business profitability in the next few years, and the Uber Eats delivery model, Valen's research said in a note to investors. I agree with that as well, that they are just going to juice up the numbers as they always do. Other analysts are bullish on Uber's delivery business. Cohen expects the delivery business to have doubled year over year, while RBC Capital Markets expects that number to have grown 130% over the year. All right, that's a good one. And then, by the way, I just found this. Apparently, the word is that Tesla is going to redo the design of the truck. I find that rather mind-blowing. I mean, is this the direction that they're going into now? Tesla is changing the Cybertruck, and they're going to show the new design in a month. I remember the Cybertruck design I saw down at the LA car show. That's why I signed up for the car. Listen, I'm not going to refuse this. I mean, this is beautiful. If this is what they want to push out instead, I'm still on board. I was literally one of the first guys when they set up the website and said they needed a deposit for the Cybertruck. I literally, as it came out, boom, I signed up. So in the email that I got in the correspondence, that I'm one in the first few thousand people in line to get the car in 2021. Can't wait. If it's this design over the other design, I'm cool with that. Hummer is already out. The Hummer with the EV Hummer is out. $110,000, $106,000. Mucho dinero. Very, very expensive. I think they have a massive, massive advantage with the Tesla Cybertruck when it comes to the pricing versus the Hummer. I mean, the Hummer is a beast. It's massive, has great, great mileage. But price-wise, I think the Hummer can't keep up with Tesla. And I don't think they can keep up with the technology either. I mean, they've accumulated so much technology and know-how. They just constantly make the computer systems better and better. I think Hummer has a lot of catching up to do. Do you think Uber Eats is enough to make up for the loss of rides with the pandemic? Look, for the Uber and Lyft, for the Uber numbers, Eats sort of makes up for the rides. But to compare your earnings of rideshare at the moment versus Uber Eats, I still think it's day and night. I don't think that Uber Eats is going to cover the losses on the rideshare side, because the rideshare side is 70% gone. It's gone. And car sales, I look at the car sales, people have committed with low interest rates to financing cars over 4, 5, 6 years. Car sales have gone through the roof, That is a very, very, very bad sign for the ride sharing business, for the rideshare industry. Okay, if the links are not working there, I'm going to definitely put the links underneath the video. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they cut them in the live feed, the links. You will see the link after, and even in the previous live feed I did this morning, I threw in the link. It works. I tested it. What's up? Dennis was there this morning. Dennis is back today. I've been going over a lot of that footage between the Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz fight. Man, I was sad and disappointed that Santa Cruz didn't win that one. Scott Tucker says Eats drivers don't make the same as Excel drivers make. That's very true. Very, very true. You also have a deposit on it. Good. Shake hand there, Timothy. I'll try the link again. The link on the previous live feed, and I made 1 or 2 videos on the survey. They work. I've tested them. The links here, let me throw it in again. I hope it works. So we covered that. We covered these deals that they're offering to the polls. I talked about this topic here. Uber will take a financial hit no matter what California voters decide. Also, that article in the LA Times about that Uber driver that lost his life to COVID and how the family are doing. Oh, it breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. Dennis says, this is it, guys. Tomorrow is a big day. No on 22. Let's fire Parasite Dara. Dara Koshro Shawi, your day of reckoning is tomorrow. Well, Dara spent a lot of money. If he gets away with it, he bought the vote with $200 million. That's a costly, costly campaign. How much does a 15-passenger van make per mile? Well, I mean, there you'd have to create your shuttle service, right? A 15-passenger van only works for big groups, parties, birthdays, events. You really have to do good marketing if you want to get a 15-passenger van busy. What I often did is, if I needed very big vans for big groups, I would rent them from Enterprise. And then, either kit them out with a driver or drive them myself. Many a times I've driven that 15-passenger van because bachelor party, bachelorette party, or some big birthday party of my clients, get the best van out there, or maybe get even rented a Sprinter van, and then I just charge them accordingly. Oh, thanks. Rick Nelson says the link works. You just have to find where to press so you don't press actions. Very good point. Thank you. Mohammed, you got COVID-19? I pray that's not true. You got COVID, you recovered from COVID, or you just recently got COVID? Yeah, Dennis Newsom says Newsom got a big slap. A-Ray says yes on 22. From viewing the comments, it doesn't seem that the actual drivers are planning or being strategic. If so, they wouldn't need a guarantee benefits and can make good money each week. My question to A-Ray would be, are you using the multiplier currently? Are you using the multiplier? That's my question to A-Ray. And if you could tell me why the multiplier came out. The multiplier came out, the fair multiplier came out as a legal argument to AB5. That's what Uber said. Listen, we're allowing them to set their own rates. We created this multiplier for California only. So my question to A-Ray is, you say you're making decent money each week. Are you using the multiplier? Because when that multiplier is gone, A-Ray, let's have another conversation after yes on 22 when the multiplier is gone. They don't have to run their multiplier anymore if they get yes on 22. So milk it tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow could be one of the last days they do the multiplier. Could be, if they get a yes on 22. NOP is in the house. What's up, everyone? NOP is in the house. Welcome you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that. Glad she's feeling better. Prayers and love to your mom. Jeez, that is tough. That must be so stressful, knowing that your mom or dad, who older and immune system's not as great. I mean, Dennis is chiseled, he's a boxer, he's fit, you know, but that must be stressful for the son to know that your mother or father, sorry you're going through that. I hope she feels better very, very quickly. Mohammed says, I have COVID. Well, we're praying for you, buddy. Mohammed, I hope you recover. You got the results today. We all send you love and prayers. And the same to Dennis's mom. He says it's too stressful. She's 64. I can't even imagine, dude, how stressful that must be. And Mohammed, we pray for you, dude. Hopefully you feel better ASAP. Scott says, well, I'm staying away from rideshare if I can until the pay gets better outside of California. I hope that happens, Scott. I hope the pay gets better. NOP says, I'm doing well, just waiting for tomorrow. Big life-changing things for me with the election and Prop.22. I can't wait to get the job done. Fantastic. Great attitude. I like that attitude when you say, I cannot wait to get the job done. Mohammed says no on 22. Good. You get to smash that like button, everyone. Smash that like button. And please, whatever you do, I mean, now I'm just hearing people today got tested positive on COVID. Mohammed, please, all of you, the disinfectant, whatever it takes to stay safe. Whatever it takes. I mean, look at that Saturday, right? There's a week there, and look at that Halloween day, just double, literally double. One day, 667 in an Excel. Look at that weekend. You shut the door? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Look at that Saturday. What did it come in at? 675. So I've been hearing from a lot of people making $550 to $700, and then World Database came in with a slamming $1,000 because he rode 5X all day long. That's true. All areas are not equal for money. You know, and that needs to be changed. It is wrong that certain drivers in California are banking on the multiplier, and right next door in Arizona, Nevada, you're putting in the same hours, but you're on the same platform, Excel, but you're not able to make the same money. That is absolutely wrong that there's such a discrepancy. It's Moose says, today I watched a YouTube video of a former San Diego announcer that signed up to drive for one of the rideshare companies. He ended up getting a life-threatening case of COVID-19. Wow. Any idea how old he was approximately? Was he in his 60s or 70s? Scott Tucker says, I hear copper and silver will kill COVID in a short time. Colloidal silver is powerful. I mean, colloidal silver boosts the immune system like crazy. Copper is also good. Those are obviously minerals. If you ever want a really good mineral complex, there's one called Vital Health. There's 70 different major minerals and trace minerals, including copper and including silver. Ray Branch Jr. says, not in Arkansas, they got too many drivers. Oh, not in Arkansas, they got too many drivers and they discriminate by zip codes. That's a problem to me, not equal. True. Louis says, wow, select dead in California. Select for passenger is at Spanish section. You have to scroll 4 to 5 times to find select. Interesting. It's Moose in the 60s. Yeah. Louis, silver is excellent. Yes, colloidal silver. Absolutely. And that, by the way, here is the link to the survey. With the clocks set back, I mean, feels like it's late, but it's not. It's only 6 p.m. It feels like it's 7 or 8 p.m. Did you guys notice that on Sunday? NOP says, exactly, Dennis. Prop.22 will affect drivers all over the country, not just in California. I mean, if Uber gets away with this tomorrow, right, we'll know by November the 4th, they will push their agenda on all the other states. At the next ballot, they will put money into it and run the same type of campaigns in other states to get their way. What's up? Straight into the straight in. That's okay. Thanks for doing the survey. Lewis was fast and easy, right? Let's roll. Tina says, I'm still healing, and that's after months. I've had pneumonia twice since the end of March, but doctors say that I likely would have been much worse without all of the supplements that you all sent me. Thank you to everyone. Cool. I know that I sent you a wonderful little care package there, right? That's good. Glad that you boosted the immune system. Thanks, Danu. Where's Mom? Oh, she's out.
I think she's driving back from her thing. Or she's getting dinner for everyone.
Is she partying?
Nope. Not at all. Just that the location is an hour away.
But she's on her way back or not?
Probably. It's getting dark.
Oh, no, I think she's still there because they're having a party. They're having a party there.
No, Mom's also take care of me and yeah.
No, she doesn't have to take care of you. You can make dinner. Right?
What about you?
I've already made myself.
You haven't made dinner yet.
Yes, I did.
What'd you have?
Scott Tucker says, I've been taking vitamin C and multivitamins since the start of COVID. Very good. Keep that. And take vitamin D3. D3 is huge, folks. D3 is a massive, massive immune booster. Massive one. Zinc, echinacea, D3, vitamin C. So we're on 53 minutes. I'm going to go to 60 minutes. So I'm really, really low energy, folks. My leg is pounding and it's really swollen up because all the blood goes down into the wound. So hold my leg up for 20 minutes and then everything is fine again. Let's roll, Tina. I'm super happy you're with us, and I just pray that your immune system gets better and better and better. I'm sorry that you had to go through that. She's had pneumonia twice since she had COVID. And as people are like, oh, COVID doesn't exist, blah, 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 I have news for you. This stuff here, ladies and gentlemen, works, right? And it doesn't make you a weakling if you're wearing a mask. I get a lot of people in the feed say, oh, you're a PUSSY, you're a weakling for wearing a mask. Listen, so far I haven't contracted it. So far I've been very, very careful. So far I've been sanitizing my car, my hands. So far, so good. As well as for my entire family. All doing our bit, right? Everybody's doing their bit. Smash that like button. Yeah, Scott Tucker, that's not weak, it's smart. Yeah, thank you very much. Not what I hear. Every now and again, I get really, really vicious messages on that topic, but I don't think it's being weak at all. I think it's being smart. Why do you think nurses and doctors wear these things in hospitals, right? They don't want to contract every disease. How many people walk in and out of those hospitals, doctors' offices? They've been wearing PPE for centuries, man. Not centuries, but for 100 years. Yes, Payman Ali says silver is a well-documented antimicrobial. Colloidal silver. Good stuff. Not cheap. Not really cheap. You can get it as a spray. You can get it as tablets. But works perfect. Louise says KN95 is excellent, not perfect. That's true. That's true. There are better ones. You are right. There are better ones than that. I totally agree. It's not perfect, but it's a great deterrent. Timothy says, just curious how many drivers are actually driving a wheelchair-equipped vehicle and how they are doing. Those rates are the same as UberX, too low to operate as far as I can tell. I've had many, many people over the years say, hey, should I make that extra investment and equip the car? And my answer was pretty simple. If you see some benefits from Uber and Lyft, great. You're not going to make so much extra money. But if you can start building out private clientele, if you've equipped your vehicle, or if it's a wheelchair-equipped vehicle, and you have your private TCP license, you can do private trips, and you can work with doctors, driving patients that have had surgeries back home, etc. That's where the real money is. I don't think you're going to see a massive, massive bump upwards in the earnings by that extra investment of turning it into a wheelchair-equipped vehicle. But if you have your private license, you're making money. Slick Nick says, if 22 passes, so you think XL will still get more than 30 cents per mile? XL will get more than 30 cents per mile. Yes. No. What they did is the example that Uber shared was with UberX, right? They based that on UberX. My guess is that the XL would get double that. I mean, right now, if I'm looking at a trip with Uber, or Lyft, Lyft regular, I just put in a random address for this trip. They want $50. Lyft XL wants $83. So my guess is ratio to XXL maybe 1.6, 1.7 times. So I would say 30 cents, multiply that about 1.7. That should give you an accurate number of cents per mile. And that's just like really ballpark figure. Nifty 50, Joe Biden and Lady Gaga tonight is so empowering. I didn't see that. I'll watch that. Definitely watch that. So all eyes on this one tomorrow. And again, I pray that there are no shootings at the poll. I pray that there's no intimidation. I pray that people like the Proud Boys or white supremacists stay away. Leave your fucking machine guns at home. There's no space to take machine guns and that onto school grounds, onto polling stations. There's no need for that. Just go out and vote. Stand in line, peaceful, whether it's two Trump supporters, two Biden supporters, 6 feet apart, go and vote. You don't need arms. You don't need machine guns. You don't have to intimidate people. You don't have to block highways or block polling places. Just let the person vote, right? Let everyone vote. Everyone. Whether they want to vote red or blue or red or pink or green, let them vote. Yeah, I mean, it's disgusting. I'm sorry. I have no time for organizations that feel empowered like that. Proud Boys. I mean, there's no space for people like that. No space for that type of racism and hatred in this country. Let the people vote peacefully. everyone, right? I mean, you have your poll watchers there. You have people at the polls that are hired by the polling association, whatever. They overlook and make sure that there's no shenanigans. It's always been like that. Every 4 years, it's worked fine. I truly hope and pray the uglies, like the real uglies, like the Proud Boys and the real crazy MFs don't come out tomorrow. No need. Everyone go to the polls peacefully, red or blue, whichever way you want to go. I hope you can cast your vote peacefully tomorrow. I really do. I truly, truly mean that. If 22 passes, can't the states fight? Yes, they can fight it, but they would have to have a 7 to 8 vote to overturn it. It's going to be tough. After all, Uber threatened to fight a no on 22 in California Supreme Court level. Correct, Don. You're absolutely 100%. And I'm sure they will try and fight it, but I think they would have to have a 7 to 8 vote. It's going to be impossible. All of these organizations, stay away from the polls. All of them. No space for Proud Boys, no space for Antifa, no space for machine guns. Allow the people to calmly stand in line and make that decision in that little box, whichever way they want to go, whatever their beliefs are, whatever their heart wants to vote, without being intimidated, right? That's it. That's all I pray for tomorrow, is that it doesn't become a shit show, that it doesn't become riots or looting or killing people or shootouts or machine, whatever. Just pray that it is peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. Don't forget that whatever happens in the elections, you still have to go to work the next day and pay the bills. Exactly. So you're going to be waking up the next day, and as Dennis says, you still got to go to work. The bills don't miraculously vanish. If it's this one or that one, the bills don't vanish. The bills are still there. The rent is still there. The mortgage is still there. The car payments are still there. Grocery, Costco fees are still there. Electricity bills are still there. Water is still there. Garbage, trash fees are still there. Spectrum, DHL, Verizon, AT&T, all those bills are still there, no matter which way you vote, right? Lewis says Biden for prison. You're not going to get him to prison. That's silly talk. I mean, you can argue both ways that both of them should share a prison cell, but no, that doesn't fly in politics. These are people that are running for the highest office in the land. You're not going to erect a jail cell and try and send someone there and deny them their vote. Dara for prison 2020. That I would agree on. Cuff him up and drag him away. Dara Khosrowshahi. I agree, Louis. No one will get that. All right. So that was a very productive session. Everybody got to share how they feel, put it out there in the room, which is great. And again, I hope and pray, firstly, to Dennis's mother, I hope she feels better. To Mohammed, who got COVID today, he found out, praying for you. To my friend Let's Roll Tina, firstly, I hope all you get better, right? Health is number one, numero uno, right? And then I also pray that this is a peaceful vote. That's really all I ask for tomorrow, November the 3rd. Let it be peaceful and not be a shit show. Dennis, thank you for being here. Lewis, thank you for being here. Scott, thank you. Timothy, it's Moose. Everyone, thank you for being here. On your way out, if you could smash the like button. Getting hungry, got to make myself some food. Daniel Roman, should the federal government step in if Prop.22 is approved? Reason taking advantage of workers. Well, I'm sure it would work both ways. So I'm sure that Uber and Lyft would elevate it to the highest court if they lost. And I'm pretty sure that California, even if there is a yes on 22, I'm sure that California will take it to the highest courts. You know, that battle will still be played out over the next few months. Much praise to you all. It's Moose. Let's roll. Tina, Daniel, everyone. I salute you. Happy Monday. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Sanitize your cars. Alex Critics is in the house. Light up the fire, baby. Light it up tomorrow. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Thank you, and thank you again. Happy Monday, everyone, and safe voting tomorrow. No matter which way you go, no matter whether it's yes on 22 or no on 22, whether it's Biden or Trump, just go out there, and I pray that you all get to vote peacefully, no matter what city or state you're in. God bless you all. Thank you, my friends.